Seeing none, I'll just conclude by reading into the public record our overall comments related to the superintendent evaluation for the calendar year 2021. And Dr. Shaner, I know you're, like, above all things, you're very humble, so this is probably very difficult for you to hear all of us speak like this. So Dr. Shaner's integrity, along with his commitment to and passion for his work and his care for the Rochester Community Schools organization as a whole, are unwavering. In his 9th year of leading RCS, here are 3 key things Dr. Shaner taught all of us. Number 1, relationships matter. Dr. Shaner is a master relationship builder. During 2021, he has built or grown invaluable connections with Rochester community groups, with his peers across the county and state and nation, with local, state, and national lawmakers, and with our Board of Education. Most importantly, Dr. Shaner has worked to grow his relationships with RCS staff, from his cabinet to building administrators and teachers to support personnel. In cultivating these relationships, Dr. Shaner is empathetic, pragmatic, and responsive. Number 2, culture is our capital. The RCS beliefs in action are a way of daily life for our organization. These beliefs put a high value on accountability, trust, collaboration, diversity of thought throughout the organization. They also help ensure that every action has a profound positive impact on all kids. Dr. Shaner leads this organization with culture top of mind. We value his mentality and the way it has permeated every level of this organization. Number 3, all means all. Throughout the past year, Dr. Shaner has shown unwavering commitment to 2 key RCS pillars at a time when they were needed most: trauma-informed instruction and diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. Trauma-informed instruction. The social emotional wellness of our staff and students is more important now than ever before. Dr. Shaner has taken steps to advance this priority at all levels. Diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. Every RCS student deserves a world-class education. This is not a political philosophy. This is who we are, what we believe in, and what every child should expect. Dr. Shaner is the true definition of servant leader. His focus is the growth and well-being of the RCS community. He puts RCS students first always. They are his main thing, his compelling why. Over the past year, Dr. Shaner has demonstrated adaptability to change when change was needed, sometimes at a moment's notice. He has also demonstrated indescribable resiliency in the face of personal tragedy. And I'm sorry, that word resiliency has been overused, and it's not the right word for this, and I don't have the right word. I wish I had the right word. I don't have the right word for what you have demonstrated and what you have overcome. Through all of this, we have trusted him to keep our students and our staff safe, to provide them with a quality education so they can become lifelong learners and contribute to a diverse, interdependent, and changing world. But most of all, to make sure they are cared for and loved. Dr. Shaner, you are a highly effective leader, and we are so proud to serve alongside you. I'll take a vote on this. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Opposed? That's a 6-0 vote. Congratulations, Dr. Shaner. We're so proud to serve alongside you. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to let you speak. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
That may be the most awkward process known to mankind, but necessary, I realize. First of all, I'm humbled by the words, and I'm honored to serve this organization. And I so appreciate the grace of God that you've all shown me and my family. And I appreciate you recognizing the fact how difficult it is each and every day to stay focused on what we need to stay focused on, which is serving the children of the school district and making sure that our employees are taken care of as well. There's sometimes I can't. I'm often not at a loss for words. But I want to show my gratitude to you all for everything that you've supported us with, and your recognition that it is really, really hard work and has been a very difficult 3 school years. I know there's angry people out there. I know there's people out there that have suspicions of all kinds of conspiracies. These are just really good people trying to do really good by your kids, and I appreciate you for recognizing that. Thank you.
May I add? Thank you. It's not often Dr. Shaner's at a loss for words, so I am savoring this moment a little bit. A wise friend said to me earlier tonight, Ernest Hemingway may have been the one to say, "Courage is grace under pressure." Dr. Shaner, on behalf of our administrative team, our cabinet team, our students, our staff members, every employee in this district, thank you for having the courage and grace under the pressure that this last year has brought. Thank you.
Is there any public comment on this item? Mr. Weaver.
Okay, so for someone that makes almost $400,000 in total compensation, there's not one measurable metric on this. In what profession is that okay? I mean, honestly, what profession is it okay to not have a tangible, you have to achieve this, this, or this, and you can see if you did it? We heard a bunch of feelings around the table, which again goes back to where we're going in education. Under DEI, right? Everyone's opinion matters, what everyone feels. Facts don't matter anymore. Math doesn't matter anymore. So let's go through a couple of these things you wrote out. So someone mentioned, because again, I can't trust anyone by name, knowing policies and laws. The district has repeatedly, including the superintendent, misrepresented laws around COVID specifically, saying things had to be done that did not have to be done. They were the choice to be done. A board member said in July, leading up to not this school year, the one before, that the district's choice to open the virtual campus took a complex situation and made it more complex. That's a decision. That's fine to make it, but then you have to own it somewhere. So again, to keep glossing over these facts, then we talk about integrity and honesty. The superintendent sent an email to the entire RCS community claiming that a meeting was shut down because I wasn't wearing a mask on a day that I actually was wearing a mask and pulled it down like everybody else that spoke. But the meeting was canceled because the federal lawsuit against the district was brought up. And that email was blatantly dishonest. And yet not one board member had a thing to say about it. So again, this idea that it's okay to be, it's acceptable to just accept these dishonest things and be like, oh, it's good, highly effective. Like, it's almost laughable. If it wasn't our kids and it wasn't our community and it wasn't serious, it would be funny. We think it was a comedy show at this point of how many times you guys can come up here and just gloss over facts that this has not been transparent. The communication has been terrible. The honesty has not been there. The priorities have not been our kids. All does not mean all. Because again, this idea that people that had money and could afford to have resources or stay home with their kids, a lot of families don't have that. So that luxury benefit, that luxury belief that if everyone was going to be okay isn't true. And that's the same stuff with this DEI stuff. People in the communities that need police don't think defunding the police is a good idea, as we're seeing crime rates skyrocket.
Let's
So
wrap up
again,
your comments.
when you have a review like this, it is completely a slap in the face to the community that, guess what, goes and get a real annual review that gets held accountable for their job. And they certainly don't make $400,000 a year.
Time's up. Any other public comment?
My name is John Opfer. I have 2 children in the district. Jessica Opfer is my wife. I've heard and seen over my years as a parent of the district many admirable qualities from Dr. Shaner in the district. However, I've also seen a dark side. On October 4th of this year, in a public forum, there was a verbal altercation that I really thought went over the lines of what is expected from a public person in the public presence. It's specific to the superintendent's role. And I would just make the following comments. I believe Dr. Shaner's behavior has repeatedly violated the following superintendent policies regarding community relationships and personal qualities, as found in Section 1230 of RCS administration policies. Number E, community relationships. Solicits and attends to problems and opinions of all groups and individuals. That's Section 2. Section 7, encourages community involvement in the schools and provides a mechanism for two-way communications with various groups. Section F, personal qualities. Performs job responsibilities in an enthusiastic, professional, and positive manner and handles conflict constructively and praise humbly. Number 5, it demonstrates ability to work well with individuals and groups. 7, maintains poise and emotional stability in the full range of professional activities. Number 10, thinks well on his or her feet when faced with unexpected or disturbing turn of events in a group meeting. And number 12, listens carefully and takes time to fully understand needs and concerns and reacts appropriately. I believe the superintendent's conduct also violates the Michigan Code of Educational Ethics, to which all district employees must adhere, according to Section 3219 of the RCS Human Resources Policies. This code holds education officials to a higher standard than required by law, including demonstrating ethical conduct at all times and engaging in effective communication with community members. It is the superintendent's responsibility to respond to criticism in a civil and ethical manner. That is the summation of my comments this evening.